morning. Good morning. Hold on, y'all. All right. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Rashida Strober here. I am the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the creator, the designer, the architect, the inventor of the very first platform in history to fight to end what some people call colorism, but I call it darkism. And I started this platform in 1998 and called it Dark Skin Activism. And like I said, it is the first platform in history to fight to end darkism. And I want to come to you guys first of all and say to you all, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, all the fathers out there. Shout out to y'all. Just a couple of housekeeping things. I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be in Atlanta performing at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival, and I'm going to be doing a performance reading of my play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Speaking of letting fathers be fathers, that strong face, masculine looking, non-dark skinned chick that talk trash about my play, the devil is a lie, because I'm going to be in Atlanta performing at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival the weekend of Labor Day, which is going to be September 1st. That's on a Friday at 4:00 p.m. at the Tubman Theater. I am looking for sponsors, so y'all make sure y'all go to my Cash App. My Cash App is $RASHIDALALA. Once again, that's $RASHIDALALA. Once again, that is $RASHIDALALA. Go to my Cash App and sponsor me, make a donation. You can also go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Or you can go Google my GoFundMe, and you can donate there by Googling Rashida Strober GoFundMe. Rashida Strober GoFundMe. Put on some of my chapstick here, because I got some things I got to say. All right. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm the reason anybody talk about colorism, dark skin on YouTube. I brought the whole entire conversation to the internet back in 2015 when I called out that rapper Kendrick Lamar's darkism, because he did not choose a dark-skinned black woman, but he was, you sitting up here singing about it in your songs and making dark-skinned women believe, that you're real, but you're not. You're not marrying a dark-skinned woman. And I went viral for calling him out, and that's how everybody started talking about colorism online. And people started, I went viral to like millions around YouTube. Charlemagne in the Breakfast Club, they made me donkey of the day. They hated on me. They said I was crazy. Everybody said I was crazy. But then they brought all these other dark-skinned females on there to start regurgitating and copying me. But ain't none of y'all the dark-skinned activists. You're not the dark-skinned activist. You're not the dark-skinned activist. All right? Understand that clearly. Understand that clearly. Understand that clearly. Good morning, Prairie Justice. How are you this morning? Listen, this is my message to black people, okay? Because y'all need to understand one thing about dark skin activism. Dark skin activism has always been about repairing the relationship between the black man and the dark-skinned black woman. It's always been about, and if I'm repairing the relationship between the black man and the dark-skinned black woman, I'm helping to repair the relationship between the black man and the black woman that has been caused by slavery, imperialism, colonialism, darkism, manifest destiny, and all these things that have impacted black male-female relationships negatively. So we're now in our current modern day times, we got this war and division that's even played itself out on social media between black men and black women. So it's Father's Day, and I told y'all I'm about repair, and I already know we ain't gonna be able to, everything ain't gonna be 100% perfect. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that it's gonna be 100% perfect, because there are problems in every race. Every single race, no matter what, how whatever put together they come across, try to make people believe, everybody, there's this thing with black people believe, or this generalization that everybody else is doing better than they are. Every other race is more functional than black people, and we are the most dysfunctional. There's this misconception that's going around, and I am doing my part to contribute to healing that and also to dispel those misconceptions, because everybody in the black community is not dysfunctional. There are some black families that have withstood, even though we have been slaughtered in a lot of ways. Family, there are still plenty of black people that are functional. But one thing I want to say, and this is something I kind of heard, I've heard this a lot in our community, and I've heard this, and I know it comes out of frustration sometimes, and it comes out of, sometimes a relationship don't work out. A man don't want to be with a woman no more. A woman don't want to be with the man no more. And sometimes, this is another thing. Enough reason why I'm not being taken. Like I said, growing up, I did hear black talking trash about the men and about, well, he ain't no good. He don't take care of himself. He don't do this. He don't do that. Okay? But when I grew up and began to understand things better and began to be able to look at all sides and hear other sides of the story, I found out that some of these women, and I'm not talking about all these women, I'm not generalizing here. I am not generalizing, y'all. People need to stop thinking that everything is about you specifically. I'm telling y'all about some of the experiences and some of the things I heard growing up about black males. But when I grew up and looked into the situation, I found out that it wasn't true. So like I said, growing up, I remember my mama and her friends getting together, talking about their baby daddies, and saying basically they ain't no good. They don't want to take care of their kids. I gotta go over there and get me some money from this nigga. Even going so far as to send the kids in there to get the money. Yes! 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 I don't know why it's buffering, y'all. I do want to apologize. Good morning, healthcare. I apologize. I hope I'm still not buffering. Am I still buffering? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Let me know if you can hear me clearly. I'm not sure. I'm driving. That got a lot to do with it, but I do apologize for that. I hope y'all can hear clearly what I'm saying here, because I'm trying. I got some stuff I want to say. So, like I said, these groups of women, when I was growing up, my mama and her little friends, they'll get into their little groups, and they'll start talking bad about the men and claiming that, oh, they're not taking care of these kids, and that nigga don't do this, and that nigga don't do that, da 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 da. And like I said, going so far as to even send the kids to go get the money and bring it back to them. Yes. Yes. Now I'm trying to be nice about what I'm saying. I'm trying not to be disrespectful. I am trying to be cordial about this, but I'm also going to tell the truth. And that, growing up, that leads me to believe, because I'm a child and I don't know, and I got to grow into myself and into my mind and into my own understanding, but it led me to believe that these men ain't itch, that they don't want to handle their responsibility, that they don't want to take care of me, they don't want to be bothered with their kids, they don't want to do none of that. So the mama is doing everything. My mama, and I think that's why we get this misconception where the kids be thinking that the mama is the end all that be all. But y'all, when I grew up, I'm finna just tell you the actions, because actions for me speak louder than words. When I grew up and I started going through my teenage angst and all my problems, it was my dad was the one that found me a place to live and got me food and took me down there to the VA office and got the check, because y'all know some of y'all, if your parents have been in the army or in the, you know, they've served, you can get a check. Because I used to get a check. It was my bottom line is it was my dad that got up, and me and him went down there together. He made sure I had money in my pocket, and I got that check. It was my dad when it was time for me to go to college, and I had to fill out the Pell Grant information, and I needed that financial part filled out. It was my dad that filled that out. Okay. What I'm trying to say to you, as I grew older, and I started to see, and I'm a fair person. I'm not finna take no man's side over no woman's side, and I'm not finna take no woman's side over no man's side. I'm going to take the side of who's telling the truth. I'm going to take the side of who's telling the truth. And so when I got older and I became into adulthood, and I started to understand what the hell was really going on, it happened to be the actions of my father that was more supportive of my life endeavors. It was my father that, through his actions, because you got to look at actions, that showed me, okay, you want to go to college? You need some help with getting the financial aid? Okay, I'm finna go down here to the Social Security office. I'm finna pull my financial records. I'm finna get all the financial stuff that they said that they gotta have on that application, and I'm gonna make sure you got it. It was my dad that did that. All facts. And I'm not here to bash nobody. So don't come up on here with that. I get tired of people lying on me. Just like when I start talking about light skin and darkism. I have people that will come up on here and fucking start lying, saying you don't like light-skinned people. But that's a damn lie. They're mad because I'm on here telling the truth. And they want to come up on here and they want to stop the truth, so they'll start fucking lying. And one thing I can't fucking stand is a goddamn liar. That make me start cussing. I don't want to be doing all this cussing. I want to talk to y'all straight without the cussing. But I don't fucking like people coming on my channel lying and making up shit on me, because they're in their fucking feelings for me telling the truth. Because that's really what it is. When people start lying on you, when people start, especially on social media, when people start lying on you and making up shit on you and scandalizing your name, it's because their motherfucking ass is mad because you tell them the truth and you done trigger something in their motherfucking ass. And so they're fucking angry about it, and they'll do anything they can to stop you, including lie on you. So this is not about bashing females, bashing my mother. So if you coming on here with that, if you coming up on here, take that shit somewhere else. I'm only on here to tell the truth. Like I said, when it was time to get out here in the world and get into the adult world and get my shit together and do some big adult stuff, it was my father that was the one that was helping me to make the moves. It was my father that sat me down and talked to me about how life goes. I'm talking about how life really goes. Gave me life lessons. Had, you know, talks with me like you should do with your kids. You have a heart to heart. My mama ain't never had no heart to heart talks with me like that. It was my dad that did all of that. Okay? Now, if your mom was the type of mom that was a good mom and helped you and did whatever the case may be that you needed to be done, hey, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. But everybody doesn't have that experience, y'all. I'm only telling you what my experience was. And so what I'm saying is, when I experienced my dad as a human being, because when you grow older, you start to understand your parents as human beings. You're not just going to look at them as, oh, this is my parent. A lot of us, we look at, when we're little, we don't, or even some of us, when we grow older, we don't have the ability to see, oh, my parent was a human being. They was a whole fucking human being before I even thought about coming into existence, and I have to respect that. You know, I have to, just like you get to know your friends, you go to school with people, you meet people at work, and you get to know them as a human being, you have to do the same thing sometimes with your parents. You have to realize that they're human beings. So, but it was my dad that allowed me to see his humanity. It was my dad that was acting as the mature, responsible adult. It was my dad that was the one that was the get it done adult, the get it done parent. Okay, you need this done. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get up. We're gonna get up in the morning. That's what he'll do. I saw responsibility with him. We're gonna get up in the morning, you know, take our shower, brush our teeth, wash our face, make our bed, straighten out the house, get dressed, look nice and neat, eat breakfast. I mean, it was like this discipline type thing. That's the parent that I saw. That's my experience. Okay, this is what we gonna do. It was always very strategic. It was always very logical, and he would sit there and think about it. I yell, I do, but my dad did not yell. He did not yell at me. He did not curse at me. He did not do none of that. Now y'all might be saying, well, why are you doing all this? Why are you like that? Well, I mean, on the other side was dysfunction. On the other side was dysfunction. I mean, it is what the fuck it is. What y'all want me to do about it? I'm giving you my life experience. My dad was a calm, cool, collect, logical person, laid back. He was a problem solver. I come to him with a problem, and that's the other side of me. Now, my mom, chaotic, all over the place, back in her youth, ratchet, didn't mind beating a bitch ass at all. None of that. Okay, that was her. You know, hood, all that. Okay, like I said, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful. I'm giving you both sides of the coin. Pentecostal Christian, she was very emotional. Like I said, not very organized at all. Not the type of person that is down to business and get it. I'm gonna get it done. Okay, I got this to do. Let me go do it. My dad was the opposite. Structured, neat. And so for me, as I grew older, that's what I preferred. I preferred the structure. I preferred when I come to you about a life problem, a life issue I'm having, my dad was the person, because he would sit there and listen, think, and then problem solve. So I have these two sides of me that are, you know, warring. Got this ghetto kind of ratchet side, unorganized, but I can control it and contain it because my father's side was just a lot stronger, and I just gravitated to the logic and to the structure and to the discipline more than the other stuff, and realized as I was older that other stuff is not going to serve me well. But my dad's stuff, and I could see through his actions of helping me. I'll give y'all the great example. When it was time for me to go to college, I'll never forget. When it was time for me to go to college, I didn't know nothing about no damn Pell Grant. I got my GED, took my ass out to St. Petersburg College. That's what it was called at the time. And the lady said, you got to fill out a Pell Grant application. I filled it out, and then not really knowing what the fuck I was doing, because you're young, black, and people don't help you. You young, black, and dark skinned, and motherfuckers don't help you like that. You got to really be tenacious in order to get something. And I realized, okay, because I was under the age of 24, and I think they might still have that same law that if you're under the age of 24, you got to go off of your parents' income. I remember asking my mama to provide me with her income information, because I had realized, okay, I need to go get my parents' income information in order to complete this application. Okay? And so I went to my mom asking for her income, and she didn't want to be bothered. She did not want to fucking be bothered. When I tell you, she did not want to be bothered. 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 She wanted to be left the fuck alone in her house and not have to be dealing with no children that she brought into this world, and they shit and their problems, their life issues that came as a result of, you're the one that fucked and brought me here. I didn't Like, I didn't ask you to be here. You know, this is what happens after when you break a child. They grow up and they have to deal with the fucking world, and they probably gonna need some help. But she could not be fucking bothered. She could not be fucking bothered with trying to dig up no income information, because see, you have to be a responsible, organized human being to go and find financial records. You have to kind of be organized. You have to have your shit together. Or if you don't know where the stuff is, you know, you have to have the mindset to say, okay, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck to do. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck to do. You know, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck to do. I'm gonna problem solve. I'm going to problem fucking solve. You know. But you know how to go down there and apply for them goddamn food stamps. You know how to, they knew how to do that shit back in the 80s. They knew how to motherfucking go apply for some motherfucking food stamps, because they got all these kids, and they know the government was finna give them all them food stamps. The $1 bills used to be $1, $5, $10. I don't think it was no $20. You know how to go apply for the fucking government cheese. And you know how to have me stay out of school on food stamp day and stand in the fucking line while you talking to your friends and while y'all looking cute and planning y'all next expedition. Y'all next little, y'all food stamp party, y'all getting ready to throw, y'all finna go, cook some crabs, whatever the fuck they bought with the food stamps at the time, barbecue chicken, having a little cookout. They used to do all this shit. I remember it like it was yesterday. Okay? Y'all know how to do that. But when it came time to dig up financial documents so that your child that you brought into this world, you fucked, and you brought the child into the world, and the child ain't asked you to be here. When it came time to that child grow up and they say, I want to go to college and I want to make something of myself. I don't want to be a ghetto, ratchet, low-life bum, my entire fucking life. I don't want to be that. I mean, it is what the fuck it is. Y'all can be mad. Y'all can be mad. I know some people gonna come on here and listen to what I gotta say and be mad. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about my own fucking life. I don't give a fuck. I don't understand why people get mad when other people talk about their life the way they experienced it. It's my fucking life, motherfucker. I have a right to talk about my life in the way I want to talk about my own fucking life. Understand me very fucking clearly. They knew how to go down there to the food stamp office and apply for the goddamn food stamps. They knew how to fucking apply for the fucking welfare check. They knew how to apply for the government cheese. They knew how to apply for them goddamn Kmart shoes, vouchers. They knew how to go down to the Catholic Cherries when their lights went off and apply for the fucking money to get the lights on. They knew how to fucking apply for WIC and goddamn Medicaid when they got pregnant. But there was a problem. When that child that you brought into this world asked you for a financial document so that the financial aid application is complete, because of the fact if you're under the age of 24 at that time, you're considered to still be a dependent of your parents. And that's what I was. So I had to go off of one of the parents' income. But it was a problem. Like with some black mothers, sorry. I mean, if it don't apply to you, just shut the fuck up. I'm not talking about your mama. I'm talking about mine. And the ones that do this. It's such a problem with some of these black moms when their kids ask for financial documents for financial aid. They don't want to go, they cannot be bothered with going to whatever, their job and getting the W-2 or the tax return or the fucking welfare office and tell them how much your check is. You can't be bothered with that shit. It's too fucking much work. But when I went and asked my dad, I told my dad the situation. And I was like, Dad, I'm trying to go to college. I went out to St. P College on my own volition after I got my GED. And I said, Dad, I applied for financial aid, but they telling me that I have to have something from you showing how much you get make a year. My dad, because my dad and mom, 30-year age difference, so he had a car, but he had some problems with his eye. Always dressed so nice and neat in the Nation of Islam for 30 years. Shout out to the brothers from the Nation of Islam for dressing nice and neat and looking dapper and fine as fuck. Because I saw a lot of that too. Yeah. I got a thing for you brothers in the Nation of Islam. Because of my father. My father was always so nice and neat. He said, okay, he ain't changed word. He got up. My dad always kept his clothes all, the cleaners. He get to put his clothes in cleaners all nice and neat, looking all good. Haircut, just nice and neat. I'm a stickler for a very nice, neat looking man to this day. That's because of my dad. I don't care if he was just going to the store. The man always looked good. The man always looked good. I swear to God. The man always looked good. My dad got up that day, y'all, and he got dressed as usual, looking all good and dapper, smelling good, looking good, handsome. I even seen some of these younger females back then that wanted to date my dad. He was like in his late 60s. But now I understand why. Women were like that. We like, nice, neat, good-looking men. It doesn't even matter if they're older. It don't even matter. So my dad got up and we went and we got me some breakfast. And he was always very calm with me. Like I told y'all wonder why I be ranting and doing all this. That's come from my mama's side. My dad was a calm, cool, collective, logical, charismatic man that everybody liked. I don't think it was a soul that didn't like my dad that ran into him. In fact, there was people that wanted him to be their dad. They were like, that's your dad. They wish that. I was like, yeah, I didn't understand it really growing up, but now I do. So we go and we get something to eat. Sorry, y'all. I apologize for that. 7. Hey, y'all. Sorry about that. I apologize for it. I'm driving, y'all. Sorry about that. All I can do is tell y'all I'm sorry. But like I said, it's of his finances, his income. That is the reason why I was able to take that paperwork and I was able to get my financial aid, which I was able to go to college as a result of it. Fill out any type of paperwork. You have to go to any type of government organization. Whatever it is, you need a person in your life that is not afraid to handle their business, that'll get up and handle their business and just go and do what needs to be done. Not having a person like that in your life, or if you got a parent that don't want to get up and handle, I'm telling you, that could fuck your life up. I'm telling you, that could fuck having a lazy parent that does not want to get up off their ass and go to fill out paperwork at a school, to go fill out paperwork for anything. It could be for the doctor's office, for school, for financial aid. It's going to be so many things that come up in life where you have to complete paperwork, where you have to be on your shit. You have to get up and you have to go do. You can't lay up in the bed and fucking sleep all day. You can't lay up in the bed and just, some of these people, they just want to lay it. All they know how to do is lay up and produce babies. But when it comes down to dealing with that baby, because that baby that you have is a ward of the state. And the state is going to require paperwork. The state is going to require schooling. The state is going to require medical. The state is going to require all kind of shit. And if your ass don't get up and you ain't about your business with that human being you brought in the world and handle your business and handle that paperwork, you're gonna fucking make it hard for that fucking child that you created. Y'all know I ain't motherfucking lying. For those of you that men need to be careful about the type of motherfucker, I'm gonna call some of them motherfuckers, that you lay down with. And women need to be careful about the type of motherfuckers that they lay down. Because some of these motherfuckers are irresponsible and they don't know how to fucking handle life. Now I might yell. I told y'all, I got one side came from my mama with the ratchet crazy shit, And I got a logical, calm, laid-back father. I got both sides in me. But what the fuck I always learned from my dad is to handle your motherfucking business. I don't give a fuck how tired you are. I don't give a fuck if you ain't got no transportation. I don't give a fuck if you gotta walk. I don't give a fuck if you gotta be on a bike. I don't give a fuck if you gotta be on the phone and calling motherfuckers on the phone. I don't give a fuck if you gotta fill out a lot. I handle your motherfucking business. Because motherfuckers that don't handle their business and they got kids, that trickles down to the kids. And that irresponsibility and laziness, because that's what the fuck it is, laziness can mess up another human being's life. Now, I said all that to say this. All that shit I heard my mom and her friends sitting up there talking about these men that they had babies from and they didn't do this. Well, what I learned was some of y'all created the fucking problem. Some of y'all created the problem. That's why I said, let the damn man handle their business with their kids. Let the man be a father. If a man, even if you don't like his ass no more, okay, that's fine. You ain't gotta fucking like him. You ain't gotta like him to allow that man to be a father to his kids. Sometimes we gotta put that, I don't like this person aside. You gotta put that aside. You gotta put that to the side. There's too many children that have suffered because the mama doesn't want to allow the dad because she's angry with him or whatever. I don't know. It's all kind of man-woman shit. I don't get into that man-woman shit part of it. I never got into that part. The man-woman stuff that my mom and dad went through. That ain't my damn business. My business is just let my dad be a dad to me. That's it. Whatever you got going on as a man, woman, whatever, relationship-wise, that has nothing to do with me. But just don't stop my dad from being a dad. Don't sit up there and stop my dad from seeing me. Don't sit up there and antagonize my dad and make things hard for the dad to see the kids because you're mad. You know, whatever, because you maybe your ass is mad that the man done went off and got him another woman. Or maybe you're mad that he got married. Or maybe you're mad that he cheated on you. Which I empathize with, if that's the case. You know, you could be mad for a whole bunch of reasons. A whole bunch of reasons. Happy birthday, Rebecca. But don't let that man not be a father to his children. That's what I'm saying. Put that shit. I don't like my daughter's father. I'll be the first to say that. I don't like my daughter's father. But I'll never stop that man from being a father to his child. Ever. I'm not going to ever impede that. And I don't like him. I don't like him. But he's a good father. He's a good father. You see how that works? Sometimes we as women, we got to put our emotions aside. We have got to stop being so damn emotional and angry. Oh, he did this to me. He did that to me. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I know some of these men ain't no fucking good. They cheaters. Y'all think I don't know that? You think I don't understand that? I do. I get it. I get it. But you gotta put that aside. The man-woman's business is different, or the mother-child relationship. Let that man be a father to his child. And to all those women out there are saying they had to be a mama and a daddy, your ass is not a daddy. You're not. I don't care. You can never be the daddy. All this, I'm the mama and the daddy, that is a bunch of bullshit. No, you're not the mama and the daddy. You're not the mama. You're not a man. You're not a man. You're the woman. You gave birth to the child. You're the mother. Okay? You're the mother. Stop with the I'm the mama and the daddy bullshit. Stop. I find that to be like so annoying. I can't even put it into words. When I hear women say that I had to be, no, the fuck you didn't. The only thing you could be, the only thing you could possibly be is the mother. You can't be a father to a child if you are a female. You have to be what you are. And stop running the men away from their children. Stop antagonizing. Stop creating problems. Stop creating barriers. And another thing, let me get on the men now, because a lot of y'all will sit up here and use this excuse that, oh, she keeping me from my kids. Well, she might be doing that, but you can also take action. You're not fucking helpless. More men need to go storm the court system and fight for their children. Shout out to Greg Doss. Shout out to Greg Doss. Y'all need to go look up Greg Doss. Greg Doss, aka DJ Squid. Once again, that's Greg Doss, aka DJ Squid. Go look him up. He is a pro se, what's called a pro se, which means you are representing yourself in legal matters. You're not using the services of an attorney. You're instead representing yourself. And Greg Doss is an excellent pro se. Once again, I want to say happy birthday, Rebecca. The reason I bring up Greg Doss is because he's one of the few men that I actually saw or see fight in the court system regarding parental rights. A lot of men won't do it. No one is stopping you men from taking y'all ass to the courthouse. If you got a baby mama or an ex-wife that's not allowing you to see the kids, or they're doing crazy shit, go into the courthouse and file on their ass. Go file on them. Go fight with them. Fight for your child. Nobody's stopping y'all from doing that. If you are not taking your motherfucking ass to the courthouse and filing paperwork, then you're part of the problem. I'm not going to sit there and feel sorry for you. You and the mama. You and the mama. You and the mama are creating problems. Both of y'all are the problem. Because nobody can stop you. Hey, Cole Valley. Nobody can stop you from going to a courthouse in your jurisdiction and going in there. Every courthouse, local courthouse, they have some type of legal assistance where you can go in there and get legal help if you do not understand an issue or what to do. Every damn courthouse in America has some type of legal help for you. You think they're gonna walk and knock on your door and do the work for you? No, you're gonna have to get up off your own ass and do it your damn self. Remember, you the one that laid up and had a good time making that child. So that's your responsibility. No one's gonna get up and knock on your door and say, hey, is your baby mother or is your ex-wife allowing you to see the kids? And is she treating you right? And is she following the court plan? Nobody's gonna come and say that to you. If the shit going down, you have to go and let it be known. You have to, understand that, or they just won't should be done. If you're having problems with your baby mama, your baby daddy, or your baby mama not acting right, go to the courts and fight. Stop sitting up there. I get so tired of men saying, she won't let me see my kids. I pay child support and she won't let me. What the fuck? No one's stopping you from taking your ass to the courthouse and filing on her ass. File a motion on her ass. Get you a lawyer to help you file one. There's a lot of free legal resources. Look up Greg Doss. I ain't saying he's free. I'm just saying he's one of the people that's very good at this. So yeah, y'all. Anyway, let the father be the father. The woman cannot be the father. You're not the father. You're the mother. Stop sitting up here saying you the mama and the daddy. You're not. Play your role. Play your position. Happy Father's Day. I'm going to be at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival doing a performance reading of my play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, on September 1st at 4 p.m. at the Tubman Museum in Macon, Georgia. And it's going to be, again, sponsored by the, hosted, should I say, by the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. I am looking for sponsors, so make sure y'all hit my Cash App. My Cash App is $RASHIDALALA. 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 Once again, that is $RASHIDALALA. And yes, I'm looking for sponsorships. You can also, if you want to sponsor, you can Google, Google Rashida Strober GoFundMe. Rashida Strober GoFundMe. You can also, what else, how else you could do? You can also go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. But I do prefer Cash App. So once again, that Cash App is $RASHIDALALA. $RASHIDALALA. Once again, that's $RASHIDALALA. Make a donation, support my work. And I want to wish y'all, again, all the fathers out there, I want to say to y'all, happy Father's Day. And I hope y'all enjoyed watching this today. If the spirit hits me, I'm going to come back on here again and talk to y'all again soon. And I hope that I said something to help somebody, because I know that somebody probably really did need to hear it, whether or not they wanted to hear it or not. Somebody probably could take something from what I'm saying.